Hey, we're in Richmond at the offices of the VHHA, that's the Virginia Hospital and Healthcare Association right here in Glen Allen. It's always good to be here. We've got Abraham Segres coming up in a few moments. He's their Vice President of Quality and Safety for VHHA. He's with me in studio right now, looking dapper as ever here. Next week, Abraham, the Center for Healthcare Excellence is hosting the 6th Annual Patient Safety Summit. I love the way that sounds, Abraham. Patient Safety Summit, right? If you're a patient, you want to be safe, and summits are always fun. Tell our listeners, what is that?
Well, John, every year in February, about 500 healthcare professionals from across the state of Virginia gather here in Richmond to share and learn from each other in regards to what they're doing in all of Virginia hospitals to improve the quality and safety of the care that we provide to our community. It's an opportunity for the healthcare community to come together to focus specifically on enhancing quality, safety, and value for our patients. The summit actually started 6 years ago when the VHHA worked with the General Assembly to designate February 1st as Patient Safety Day in Virginia. So the summit is always held around that time. This year, our theme is the human factor, optimizing safety for patients and providers. Some of our speakers this year will include Virginia Senator Creed Eads, David Marks, the CEO of Outcome Ingenuity, a company in Texas that focuses on helping hospitals improve their culture of safety, Mr. Rich Blooney, who talks about helping hospitals ensure that their employees have joy in their work, and then finally, Mr. Chris Jerry. He's the founder of the Emily Jerry Foundation and the father of a young child who suffered a medical error, and he's now dedicated his life to working with healthcare professionals to improve safety and quality.
I tell you what, this is the kind of information people need. Abraham, patient safety, it kind of sounds like something we all want and expect, but how are Virginia hospitals specifically working on that?
Okay, well, like many Americans, your audience has heard a lot about healthcare policy in recent years. It can be complicated and confusing stuff, but amidst all this policy discussion, Virginia hospitals and health systems have been focused for years on enhancing quality and safety for patients, because that's what healthcare at its essence is all about, taking care of people. 5 years ago, the VHHA established the Center for Healthcare Excellence to specifically work with our hospitals to ensure that they're working together and learning from each other. Mm-hmm. The center houses our Virginia Patient Safety Organization, which is a place for hospitals to share their opportunities for improvement and to learn together. The center also spearheads work around engaging patients and families in their own care to improve the experience. We run a number of initiatives regarding antibiotic stewardship, reducing hospital-acquired infections, improving palliative care into life care, and also working with the Virginia Department of Health in regards to ensuring that our infants have the best chance at a healthy life by reducing early elective deliveries and premature deliveries. We're also focused on reducing preventable hospital readmissions and a special initiative focused on working with our rural hospitals to ensure that they are viable organizations for our communities that live in other parts of the state.
Well, listen, I'm glad, Abraham, you guys are doing this. I know this is, when you look at hospitals and patient safety, it's people, we say this all the time, people only go to the hospital, they only think about it when they have to go or a loved one has to go, and then you kind of forget about it. That's off everybody's radar screen. I've said for many times I live in Chesapeake, and our hospital there right by my home is Chesapeake Regional. And you just don't think of it until my mother got sick, who lives in the same area of us, so we could be there for her. And then, taking her to the hospital, checking her in, and then she had some back issues like 4 or 5 times in a 5-month period. And you really get to understand how you depend on your local hospital and what the service is, and especially when you get engaged with that many times.
Well, we certainly understand that for most Americans, they would prefer not be in the hospital.
That's right.
But when they have to be in the hospital, we work with our members to make sure that experience is as pleasant as possible. part of that is making sure patients and families know that they can speak up and work with us, that we view them as partners in their care.
Right.
And so part of the summit's goal next week is to make sure all hospitals are creating a culture where patients and families feel a part of their care and that we're partners together in providing high quality care for all of our citizens.
All right. Well, Abraham, we're out of time for this segment. I love what you guys are involved in, and I want to thank you for sharing that with us today. And just one final question, if you just have 1 second, Abraham, you're Vice President of Quality and Safety for VHHA. How did you evolve to that? How did you end up being in this particular line of work?
Well, my undergraduate work is in public health, and so I've always had an interest in ensuring the health of our public. I did most of my career in hospital administration because I believe hospitals are a key player in ensuring the health of our public. I come from a family of ministers, and so I think service is part of my DNA, but the opportunity to serve my fellow citizens through ensuring the health of our community and through public health is sort of my passion, and I'm glad to be able to do it here with the VHHA.
All right, Abraham, thanks for being with us today. Abraham Segres, in charge of Quality and Safety for the Virginia Hospital and Healthcare Association. Thanks for being with us. Quick word from our sponsors. I'll be right back.